Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. Since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in on a Wednesday evening. Thank you for being there and helping this thing continue to grow and be the largest podcast covering Gamecocks sports. Thank you. Well, today we're gonna be a little different. We're not gonna just talk about the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball team, the three-time national champion. We're also gonna talk about the top 5 ladies in SEC women's basketball. Players to watch, players to see, players to cheer for. And they come from multiple teams. SEC is the best league in the country. Best league in the country. Big Ten is amazing. It is great. And both teams are going to send multitude of teams into the big dance come March, which is coming real soon. Okay. But since I'm biased of SEC, I'm gonna say the best. You know, the latest bracketologist said that South Carolina, the NCC was gonna send 10 out of 16 teams to the tournament. And said that Big Ten was gonna send 13 teams out of the 18 teams to the big dance. Okay, big dance. Y'all better get a ticket. Better get a ticket for this big dance. It's gonna be something special to see. And in terms of South Carolina, you talking about Birmingham, Alabama. Then we go on to the Final Four up in Florida. Tampa, if you will. But in terms of the SEC, come on. You see the best players in the country battling out every single game. Every single game. It's not just South Carolina. It's not just LSU. You're talking about Tennessee's. You talking about some Vanderbilts who are scaring folks now. We talking about Ole Miss. I can go on and on. Oklahoma, Texas. We can go on and talk about all those great basketball teams and players who lead those teams. I'm honored to talk about the best league in the country. And it's got brought to you specifically by your man, Captain Will. These top 5 players to watch, have the ability to take over games and lead their teams to victory. All these players have some type of component, that X factor, that makes them great, that makes them want to do more, that makes them want to go to the next level. That's what it's about, being a champion. That's what it's about because you can have these 4 stars, 5 stars, whatever those things are, McDonald's All-American, and Kim Mulkey said it something, in regards to playing South Carolina, they got 10 McDonald's All-Americans. That is true. South Carolina has 10 McDonald's All-Americans. That is true. But it's a little bit, poquito inaccurate. Chloe Kitts would have been a McDonald's All-American, but she decided to join South Carolina in January and graduated early. She would have been a McDonald's All-American. She was ranked 17th in her recruiting class. Adele Tack would have been a McDonald's All-American. She did not get injured her senior year and joined the South Carolina Gamecocks in January as well. So, hypothetically speaking, you can really say 12 McDonald's All-Americans, but she's pretty much right. But it's more than being a McDonald's All-American. It's more than being a 5-star recruit. Because if I remember correctly, Aneesah Morrow was not a 5-star recruit. If I remember correctly, she was not a McDonald's All-American. She wasn't. She went to DePaul. Y'all remember that? LSU fans, y'all remember that? Y'all remember Aneesah Morrow actually went to DePaul and transferred into LSU? She was, I believe she was a 4-star recruit, ladies and gentlemen. And now she's going to be a top 3 overall pick in the WNBA draft. You might have all the talent in the world in high school. You might be housing cats all day long in high school, but you go into the college basketball, you go into to Division I, you go into the SEC where you got to put everything together. You got to bring it every night. And some of these 5-star recruits don't end up being 5-star talents when it's all said and done. But if we talking about a playmaker, we talking about the playmaker, if you will, of the SEC, you got to talk about old Georgia. Got to talk about old Georgia and Kentucky. She's nice. Georgia and Kentucky, who was at Virginia Tech, transferred along with their coach, and is doing great with the ball in the hands. She is a special player with the ball in the hands. 5'6" guard, going to be drafted in the WNBA this year. She's getting you 36 minutes. That's a whole ton of minutes right now. But then we got to speak on that right there. 36 minutes is a lot. In those 36 minutes, she's giving you 18 points, shooting 42% from the field, 32% from the three-point line. Those numbers, 88% from the free throw line. That's special. 2 rebounds, 7 assists. 7 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. But she has a 38.2 assists percentage. That's what makes her terrific. Yes, she has a high usage rate. Yes, she probably commit too many turnovers in terms of, but she also play a ton of minutes. She's third in the SEC in points produced per game. Points produced per game, 19.7. She's going to be a high-level player in the WNBA. If you want the quintessential player, I would say the old school player, the Chris Paul who can score and get you assists on the offensive end. Her defense is okay. It's okay. It's not horrible. But she's going to make her money in the WNBA off her ability to be a playmaker. And her playmaking ability is a big reason why she is guiding the Kentucky squad to the 19th ranking in offensive efficiency across the land. She is a huge part of it. She's the main part of that reason. Georgia from Kentucky. The second one, we talk about a defensive stopper. Ole Miss has been known to play really good defense. They really have. And that hasn't changed. Coach Yo is amazing. I love her as a coach. I love the energy. I love what she stands for. I love all those things about Coach Yo. And she has a player who is exceptional as a defensive player. Sira Thienou. Sira, 6-foot guard. Special. 26 minutes a game, 13 points, 59% from the field, 43% from 3, 72% from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 turnover. She has the best defensive rating in the SEC. The best. Number 1 in the SEC. She is first in steal percentage, not overall in steals per game or overall steals total for the season, but of steals percentage, 6.8. She's a pest. She's a problem for the opposing teams. She's third in the conference in steals per game. Her ability to challenge opposing ball handlers, her ability to get the disruptions, her ability to get in passing lanes, because she's 6 foot. And if you're 6-foot guard and you are the best defender in the league, you're special. Ole Miss is 5th in the country in terms of steal percentage. Ole Miss is 6th in the country in terms of defensive efficiency, defensive rating. Ole Miss is 9th out of 362 basketball teams in steals per game. That's a good stat. Those are great stats for Ole Miss, and because of this young lady, because of this star, because of this defensive stopper, Ole Miss can gamble. Ole Miss can double team. Ole Miss can trap. Ole Miss can do special things because they know that this player, Sira, is going to ball out. They know that. and rebounding. You cannot have a situation. You can't do a quantifiable. You can't do a talk about in rebounding if you don't talk about Aneesah Morrow. You can't. It's impossible. Aneesah Morrow from LSU, 6'1", 6'1.5" forward, is a rebounding phenom, especially at the size she is. She's averaging 14 rebounds per basketball game. That in itself of being 6'1" is special. She's going to get a bunch of minutes. She's getting you 33 minutes a game, 19 points, 53% from the field, 75% from the free throw line. She's averaging about 1 steal, about 3 steals, 1 assist, about 3 steals per basketball game, a couple turnovers, about 1 block. What sets her apart from everybody else, not only in the SEC, but in the country, is her rebounding. She's number 1. Number uno in the country in terms of total rebounds per game. She's 9th in the country in terms of rebound percentage. She's 2nd in the SEC in offensive rebound percentage. She's 3rd in the SEC in defensive rebound percentage. We saw, and I say we talk about South Carolina women's basketball FAMs, the three-time national champions, saw up close and personal what she can do on both ends in terms of rebounding the basketball. She is special. She is special and has been special since she entered college. Not just LSU. She was special in DePaul. She's warranted a high draft pick in the upcoming WNBA draft. She is warranted. I do have my question marks in terms of her size translating over to the WNBA. I have the same question marks with Angel Reese. But Angel Reese is 6'3", Aneesah Morrow is 6'1". We'll see how that goes. But you don't necessarily have to be 6'4" to lead your team in rebounding, to lead the country in rebounding. You have to find the angles of the ball and coming off the rim. You have to. I'm assuming she studies those things. I remember an interview with Dennis Rodman, and he studies. He watches the angles. He watches the trajectory of the ball. And he was undersized his whole career. Charles Barkley, 6'4.5", 6'5", was a dominating rebounder. I'm not going to sell Aneesah Morrow short in regards to her going into the league and playing sensational and being a rebounding beast, because sometimes and a lot of times it's all about the want to, the aggressiveness. I'm going to get it before you're going to get it because I want to get it. And that's what I see in her. That's what I see in her. She is a really good basketball player. And we're rebounding with her leading the way and number 1 in total rebounds. And it really sets LSU off in terms of rebounding, because LSU is number 1 in the country in terms of offensive rebounding percentage. We saw it. Up close and personal. LSU is 2nd in total rebound percentage. It's a problem. She is a problem trying to keep off the boards. We're going to discuss there's a lot of dynamic scorers, a ton of them in the SEC. We have a bunch of dynamic scorers. We had a bunch of players who can get to the rim. We have a bunch of players who can shoot that 3. We have a bunch of players who can be a force in the post. I believe that Pierre from Vanderbilt is the dynamic player, the most dynamic player in terms of scoring the basketball in the SEC. She's 6'2" forward. Now, a lot of folks don't even know about her, yet, but you should. From Vanderbilt, she is a problem scoring the basketball. She's giving you about 30 minutes per game. She's giving you 22 points. She's also giving you, 54% from the field, 70% from the free throw line. She's getting you 10 rebounds, so she's getting those as well. She's getting you a couple of assists, 3 steals, and 2 turnovers. Those are exceptional numbers. If it just wasn't all about scoring, those are exceptional numbers any way you want to slice it. Well, we're talking specifically about scoring. She has also the 10th best offensive rating in the SEC. So she can score the basketball. But what she can also do is play efficient basketball. Because you got a lot of players like Cap. You're talking about this player, that player. Oh, such player is leading the SEC in scoring and points per game. Got it. I can talk about old Izzy from Arkansas, who's leading the SEC in scoring, but I'm not going to talk about her because Arkansas is not a good basketball team. I'm not rewarding bad behavior. I'm only going to talk about players on teams that are in the top 1st through 8th. I'm not discussing 9th through 16th in the SEC, because if you are on a team that is ranked, is the 14th best team in the SEC or the 13th best team in the SEC, somebody got to get the points. Somebody got to cook the fries. Somebody got to sweep the floor. Somebody got to do all those things on Dutch team. But what I'm talking about is being an exceptional scorer on a team that can actually get to the NCAA tournament. That's what I'm talking about. And she's nice. Folks can say, "Low cap, you ain't talking about no Fly J." Fly J is an exceptional player and leads LSU in scoring. But also, Fly J's offensive rating is So here's the thing, y'all. For the new folks who watching Captain Will right now, a lot of things matter when I talk about best. One of those things is efficiency. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. If you're a guard, turnovers is huge for me. Huge. Most of the media don't talk about turnovers. You just talk about points, rebounds, assists, that sort of thing. But turnovers is because you're giving teams more opportunity to score. I could have went all kinds of different ways in discussing, especially with scoring, and all the different kind of ways. But I just took me a little minute to look at an efficient scorer who actually put up buckets, and that's why we got Pierre. Player 5. You know how to put a Gamecock. The rising star for the SEC is none other than 6'3" from Camden, South Carolina. That's Joyce Edwards. Joyce Edwards is number 3 ranked recruit in this recurring class, but according to Captain Will's recruitology, Joyce Edwards is number 1. Joyce Edwards is the Gamecocks' number 1 leading scorer on the basketball team. In the SEC play, she has stepped up her game even more. Now, she's giving you 21 minutes. Got a little sick. Blame wifey Will because she was sick first, and probably one of the grandkids gave it to her. But Captain Will don't stop. Captain Will don't stop. Captain Will keep giving it to you and giving it to you. Then I'm getting to bed after this right here. But that's no deal there. Joyce Edwards giving you 21 minutes, giving you 12 points, shooting 56% from the field, 74% from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, couple of turnovers. Joyce Edwards is special, and she is the leading candidate for SEC 6 woman and leading candidate for SEC Freshman of the Year. She's 11th in the SEC in offensive rebounding percentage. She's 13th in free throw percentage. She is 14th in defensive rating. She's an all-around player. She's 16th in the SEC in terms of steal percentage and 16th in 2-point percentage. Ladies and gentlemen, those stats are only going to go up. Those stats are only going to get better. And she will prove to be one of the best players in the SEC over time. I could see if the Gamecocks continue on their winning ways into the SEC regular season and in the tournament, that you're going to see a Joyce Edwards on the first or second team on all SEC because she's the leading scorer. Come on now. Her impact on the South Carolina women's basketball team is immense. We have a lot of talent. We have a lot of players who can do this, that, and the third, but she is a bucket getter in the post. Don't miss the action, y'all. SEC is just tuning up. Don't miss the action. We have a plethora of players who's going to do some work this upcoming season. South Carolina leads the way in terms of SEC standings, but there are a ton of teams and a ton of players that are letting the NCAA world know the SEC is the best. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you now rocking with the best, and since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain.
J-Rock did this